I'm Megan Kelly. I'm Assistant Editor at Automotive Logistics. Welcome back to the Red Sofa in partnership with Venturis. I'm joined here in the Red Sofa by David Herb, who's the Business Insights and Strategy Manager for the Demand and Supply Management Division of Toyota North America. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, excited to be here.
I wonder if you could begin by telling us a bit about your role and how you kind of work across all the divisions from logistics, manufacturing, dealers, just how you get the benefits of being across all those.
Fair. My 15-word title didn't say it all. No, I'm completely kidding. It's a mouthful. No, truly what we try to do is connect the demand sensing side of the house with supply and inventory and try to better our planning processes. So whether that be through better demand sensing, whether that be through demand shaping, demand forecasting, planning, and then how do we actually equip that and execute on that demand with the inventory planning and allocation.
Yeah, and I suppose it sounds, easy if things were stable in the market, but there's been big swings recently. We've had the pandemic, the chip shortage. Now we're seeing kind of slower demand for EVs. So how do you get the balance right, and how much does the planning come into that?
Yeah, great question. Being flexible is key, I'd say. But to your point, a lot of our data, especially over the past few years, it is tricky to work with, to say the least.
Yeah.
It needs repairs from just repairing anomalies, or really trying to find kind of the balances within what is good data and what is bad data across the past couple of years. But I will say what's been exciting over the past few years is COVID really shook things up. It really recognized that maybe some of the traditional data points that we thought were very close to demand weren't as close, and maybe some other data points really shed light on some of that, really what the customers were looking for. So we got a lot of extra substitution data out, really understood kind of swapability across customers, and really were able to kind of push the pedal on understanding the customer better.
Yeah, and do you think with that, like demand sensing and understanding the customer, do you think AI is something that could help scale that up in the future?
Drastically, yes, drastically. So we are heavy proponents of both machine learning as well as optimization, and just trying to better understand kind of the chaos of the data. So traditional models that you set and forget are kind of, I hate to say it, a little bit outdated at this point. The real benefit of ML and AI is it is continually learning, it is continually kind of picking up those trends, especially recent trends, but also balancing it with what has historically happened and being able to shift weights and find new ways to kind of creatively use this data. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned on stage just now about the buzzword of the day being interoperability. And kind of integrating those different systems. What kind of challenges are you seeing there, and how are you overcoming them?
Yeah, so Toyota's a big company. We have vast tech stack. We have tech debt. We work with a lot of suppliers. It's far beyond us to think that we're not alone in that and sharing that. And so as we try to upgrade our systems, as we try to upgrade our own internal kind of communication barriers and interoperability, we're also trying to pave ways for our suppliers and our stakeholders to better connect with our data, as well as better pass their data. And so the benefit really of interoperability is it kind of meets people where they're at, but it also encourages and pushes people towards kind of an uplift with minimal investment, which is phenomenal.
So 2 years ago we spoke with Kevin Austin from Toyota talking about being able to improve ETAs. How does your role kind of in demand planning play into those goals as well?
Yeah, it was a running joke for a while. That was a sad joke a few years ago that, if we wanted to know where our cars were, we'd just order a Domino's pizza and we'd place it in there and they could track it for us. It traditionally has been a little bit of a problem just to know exactly and how much value there is to know exactly where a car is and when it's going to arrive. To overcome that, obviously we are doing some investments, some tech investments to actually be able to track those vehicles. I'll tell you the biggest kind of value we've seen is just having better planning from the get-go, though. If knowing where those kind of fluxes are, knowing where they should be, and the tracking of the actual vehicles is more of just accountability and correction if something goes awry. But if we are truly better at planning and inventory planning for dealers' lots, for ports, for manufacturing, it becomes a lot more seamless, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And then finally, I guess, what digital tools are you most excited for in the next year, 2 years?
Ooh, digital tools. So we have been working heavily on better forecasting for our customers and better inventory planning, and what does it look like to not just point forecast, but truly scenario play and be able to optimize across a slew of different forecasted scenarios. I'll tell you that the biggest piece that I'm so excited about is actually getting to blend that into the workflow of the planner of the future, the end-to-end planner. So we're currently working on a platform that kind of brings together all of these different models and data into one seamless planning system that traditionally our planning systems have not been as robust. This one I'd say takes the cake. And I'm super excited about it.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the Red Sofa.
Yeah.
And for more, keep an eye out for more Red Sofas. You can follow our live blog on our website, and of course follow us on LinkedIn as well. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you, Megan. Appreciate it.
No problem.